I think you and I do pronounce the same words a little differently sometimes.
Yeah.
So A-U-N-T.
Okay.
How would you pronounce that?
Aunt.
You say aunt, I say aunt.
Okay.
Right? So I wouldn't say aunt, I say aunt. Aunt is very, like, proper. Hello, aunt. Right?
Aunt.
Hey.
When you know what I think about Aunt, I think about Anthony. Hey, Aunt. Because when I grew up on Staten Island, Aunt was Aunt short for Anthony. Aunt was my aunt, Patricia.
Hey, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. You know what I'm saying? How about C-A-R-A-M-E-L?
Caramel.
You say caramel. See, I say caramel.
Caramel.
We say everything differently.
Caramel.
You say caramel.
Caramel.
I say
Caramel,
caramel.
California, caramel.
All right.
What you eat, right?
How about
that?
What?
Caramel, California.
Where Clint Eastwood lives.
And caramel, what you eat.
Yes.
The little treat.
But don't you just said you say caramel.
But I mean, what is it? Is it
What's
caramel,
the treat?
California?
No, but what's the treat?
Caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah.
But you just
Carmel is the city that Clint Eastwood's from.
All right, how about this?
Route.
R-O-U-T-E.
Route.
You say route? I think I've used both. Route and route, right?
I mean, route means another word. I mean, route is.
All right, here's what I know what you're gonna say, but let me. E-S-P-R-E-S-S-O.
E-S-P-R-E. Espresso. E-S-P?
Yeah.
I have to look at the word.
E-S-P.
Oh my God, can you show it to me?
R-E-S-P-C-T. E-S-P-R-E-S-S-O.
Espresso.
You say the espresso, not espresso.
I don't go espresso.
Espresso.
I say espresso.
I would like an espresso with my aunt. How about D-A-T-A?
Data.
You say data. Yeah, that's fine.
You say data?
I don't say data. I like
data.
Data.
I dated another girl.
How about P-A-G-A-M-A-S?
Pajamas.
You say pajamas. That's what I say. But people say pajamas.
Do some people say pajamas?
Pajamas?
I like those. Those must be really, really expensive.
Si, senor.
Pajamas.
Pajamas? Did you like the silky pajamas with my aunt?
Pajamas.
I'm confused now.
I love that. I forgot. Like, we did that so early on, but I totally forgot that. Hi, everybody. Hi, Scotty.
That was one of our first shows. Sook, what's happening?
How are you doing? Look at everybody lighting us up. Margaret Ann, Priscilla Ham Witherspoon, Cherry Hetrick, Paula Giordana Borghese. She's our fan from day one. Kyle Menendez.
Wait, the Kyle Menendez from prison?
Kyle Mendez. Kyle, sorry about that. I wonder if Kyle even knows what the heck we're talking about.
Probably not.
Maybe he's really young. He doesn't know.
Probably not.
Anyway, Nora Phillips, et cetera, et cetera. But, it's true. Do you say caramel like the candy, right?
Sometimes I say I want a little caramel. Or caramel, but see you with the city where Clint Eastwood was mayor. That was C-A-R-M-E-L, Carmel, California.
Okay.
So there was no doubt about that one, but
caramel.
I've never heard people.
Listen, big night tonight in America. Football is back.
In America, forget America. How about right here on this show? But sure, we could talk about America. Football's back. Who you got tonight, Sook?
Kansas City.
Did you throw a few shekels on KC tonight?
I think it's going to happen. I mean, it's. I can't believe, but like football is back in America. I'm just interested in seeing how this plays out 2 weeks from now. If everybody's pray to God they're all healthy and everything's good, but it's kind of incredible. How does everybody feel about that?
A lot of big men slapping bodies, a lot of spits throwing around, but hopefully everybody's been tested. Everybody's good. Now in Kansas City tonight, that's one of the two stadiums in the NFL that's allowing fans in the stadium.
17,000 people. It holds about 67,000, I thought. I don't know, something like that.
It holds about 70,000. They're going to let 17,000 in, which to me, it's just going to look like a crappy ball game. I'd rather just see the empty stadium.
Really? You'd rather see an empty stadium?
Yes, because when you're going to see 17,000 people mixed into a 70,000 seat stadium, it's almost going to look like these are two crappy teams and nobody wanted to come to the stadium. But it's great that we've gotten this far.
Listen,
you know how great teams, two great
people are for football, for any sport to start up. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, really, you. Anyway,
Suk, I put a few bucks down on Kansas City tonight. I'm not going to lie.
All right.
And
What's the over under?
I think we're looking at 28-17. Mahomes, guy's making $500 million now, and he should really probably win the game.
Did you say as in a B?
He got a new contract, 10 years, somewhere between $400 and $500 million.
Holy smokes! Eric, did you see Eric? Eric was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah,
Eric, think about that.
The Chiefs locked him right up for a good little portion of his life.
Wow. I mean, everybody else is like, I'm holding on to my little paycheck.
Really?
Hold on. Let me just get my cookie jar open.
Cookie, I cashed a check for $220.
What does that work out to, like, minute by minute that he's playing a game? Like, Chris Jacobs is watching right now.
Yeah, Chris, can you figure that out for us?
Yeah, can you do the math on that? What does that work out to, like, like minute?
Yeah, it's like $1,000 a second, Sue.
Is it?
Pretty much, something like that. Listen.
Wow, $1,000 a second. Wow.
We've got some kind of show on tonight. We've got two special ladies on tonight, Sue.
Gotta be a special lady and
a very exciting girl. We're gonna be a special lady.
You got me sitting on top of the world, sitting on top of the world.
Well, who sings that? I forget. You know? You're gonna be a special lady.
I gotta figure it out. Let me see.
A very exciting girl. You Google that. I'll tell you who's on tonight.
Okay.
Irene Santos is on tonight. She's got a new movie coming out next month. She's a fitness instructor. She's a motivator. She's a bodybuilder. Gorgeous girl. Miss Positivity. We're going to talk to her. And then after that, around 8:05, Patty Ann Miller. Suk. This girl makes her on-screen debut in Bill and Ted's
Adventures.
Right. Bill and Ted Face the Music. That's the new one that came out. How about this? She played the drums for Beyonce at the halftime Super Bowl show.
Wow. Eric.
Hey, Wolfgang Schmuck, what's happening back there?
Get over here. Get over here. Just wave really quickly. He's rattling in all the dishes right now.
This is the only show that has dish washing in the background.
It was Ray Good. You know that song that you were asking about? Gotta be special. Ray Goodman and Brown.
Oh, okay. And a very exciting girl. Suki, you know what? While we're waiting for Irene Jean Santos to come on and then Patty Ann Miller, this also could be the first night we've ever had two women on that go by three names, but that's a whole nother story. I pulled out this little thing for you. Now, I know you're long done with your pregnancy days.
Yes.
Long done. But I pulled out kind of a funny pregnancy Q&A to go over with you. And you tell me if you agree with these questions. Look how it splits us perfectly. I like
pregnancy Q&A.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm blowing it up so I can read this thing. So here it is, Suki. Question number 1, should I have a baby after 35? And the answer is no, 35 children's enough.
Louise Morelli Lupo says she wants a couple more.
All right.
Louise says that she's our top fan status and she wants to be recognized.
She wants a couple more what? She wants us to sing again? You got to be a special
Louise.
And a very exciting girl. So question 2 here on our pregnancy Q&A. I'm 2 months pregnant now. When will my baby move? The answer here is, with any luck, right after he finishes college.
Though I just told you there was a new report that said that more kids are moving back in with their parents. We're talking about 30-year-olds, 33-year-olds.
I'm gonna read one more, and then we're gonna get to Irene, who's in our beautiful green room sipping on champagne right now. Here's the third one. What is the most reliable method to determine a baby's sex? And the answer on this Q&A is childbirth. Is the answer.
I like this one. Our baby was born last week. When will my wife get back to normal sexually?
What does it say?
When the kid goes to college.
That is correct.
That's right. Irene, Jean, Santos. Woo!
Irene's in the green room. Souk, she's got a new movie coming out in October. It's called Broken Hearted. Here's a quick clip. Hopefully I'm allowed to use it. We don't get shut down, but we'll know in
2 seconds.
If I lose everybody, we'll come back up on a new show. Here we go.
I met the love of my life.
From the friend zone?
Sometimes Ducky gets the girl.
Ducky never gets the girl.
I got a trick that no one will see coming.
And it's not a date.
Sure, it's not.
You're gonna get tired of her in a week anyway, like you always do.
I made a mistake of telling one of his friends he was beating me.
You can't possibly carve out a happy life with this guy.
I love him.
She's playing you. She is playing you.
Tell her the way she's like treating you is just disrespectful.
Focus on the people who want to be in your life.
You want to go ice skating next weekend?
Sure.
Instead of the ones that don't.
Stay away from me and stay away from my fiance.
She made it impossible for me to be in your life.
No, I don't want to just be confused every single day.
What are you confused about? Johnny, I didn't know your brother danced.
We would be the two happiest people in all of existence.
Souk, that looks like it's right up your alley.
I was going to say, that seems like, right out of the boroughs of New York City. I just sort of have a feeling of like my childhood pain. Listen, Chris Jacobs got back to you about how much Mahomes.
Yeah, no, I see that. He says it's $5,472 an hour, $137,000 per day. Patrick Mahomes, much like the amount of money this lady's making from that. Irene.
Hi. I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're amazed. Now do you go by, is it Irene Jean Santos? That's the name you go by?
Yes.
I love it.
I love it. Now, were you called Irene Jean growing up? Like IG? Did IJ?
IJ, yeah, IJ. IJ is actually my sister, so her name is Ilona Jean Santos. But I'm from her.
Get out of here! I love your mother already. I love her.
Souk, Irene is a trainer, motivator. She's a bodybuilder, actress. She's got the podcast. Let's get into the whole thing. Irene, first, let's talk about this movie, Broken Hearted. It's coming out next month, right? Tell us where we can see it.
So it's going to be on the Long Island International Film Festival.
Oh, wow.
IIFE. It's going to come out October 7th. The tickets are on sale now. With the COVID going on, they're doing an online screening. So I will share the link on my Facebook, share the link on my Instagram on how you guys can buy the tickets so that you can see the movie Broken Hearted.
I love it.
It's also going to be in the New York Long Island Film Festival, NYLIFF. So there's two, and that's going to be in November. And that one hopefully would be a screening on the theaters, but they'll give us more as it gets closer.
When did you guys shoot this? Like, was this already in post by the time you shot it, or like were you like? Give us the time frame as to how this all kind of transpired, because like new content now is really hard.
Yeah, so we actually filmed it. I filmed it 3 years ago, I believe, with the whole cast.
Wow.
That's why my hair was really short and my hair was black at the time.
I was wondering. I was like, you went for a whole new look?
Yeah. The movie was filmed 3 years ago. It was a lot of fun, but again, with the film industry, it just takes a while for things to come out. So, and then COVID hit and that pushed a lot of things back. So now it's about to see the light.
Wow, I love it. So it's so obviously your character is caught in like this relationship with a man who's obviously abusive. Now, are the two men best friends, and then you end up hooking up with the best friend, and then that creates like a different dynamic?
No, I'm not about that life, Suki.
See, I am.
That's right.
Suki wishes she was hooking up with two at a time.
No, so what happened was I am with this guy named Tommy who is a little bit lost. We have a very rocky relationship. Obviously, the relationship that we have is the one that you should not be in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so that's the forbidden love. And then Brian comes along and he's this great guy and he has interest in me, sees my full potential. And obviously we all know it's hard to be with the good guy. Mm-hmm. So Brian is trying to win my love while I'm still kind of infatuated with Tommy. And from, the movie goes back and forth on who I might choose. And it kind of tugs at the audience heartstring.
I love it. I love it. And I love when the mother sits down and go, that's going to be me with my son. I'm going to be like, listen, she's not good for you. Don't bring her into my house. I don't like her.
Kevin Chen writing and wants to know if we can get your autograph. You know this guy?
Kevin Chen is already...
We're watching you, Kevin. We're watching you. So, Irene, listen, I've seen a lot of your stuff on Instagram. And it's always like just great motivational. Hey, today, love yourself, the whole thing. What keeps you so inspired and that power of positivity every day when you wake up?
Honestly, there's a few things. So one is that I've had a few people pass away in my life, and I've always tell people when that happens that they can't be here, so live the life that they would have wanted you to live, or they would have wanted to live for themselves. I think losing people gets you to recognize that within yourself, that life is just so short. And two, I highly believe that you have the power to make life as beautiful as you want it to. And I'm not blinded to the fact that there's outside sources that will derail you from that. But again, ultimately, it's your mindset and it's your thought that can get you exactly what you want in life. And I've always believed that.
I have to tell you, that's interesting that you say that, because I had a similar sort of experience post 9/11. I mean, I was like 28 years old when 9/11 happened, and we were young reporters out on the street. Actually, I was 29. I was 29. I just turned 29. August 2nd, September 11th happened. And I, in my head, I had this moment of a year later, like panic, like, I'm alive, like a certain guilt, like, I'm here, like I have to live my life for all those people that didn't get to live that day. And I had that same feeling. And like, we're coming on the anniversary of 9/11 tomorrow. And it's like, once again, you're reminded of just that, how fragile life is, and how some people just don't get a chance to choose. And if you're one of the lucky ones, you have to live life to the fullest, It's beautiful. I love that you're preaching that, because I think it's just so important to look at life. And I think COVID has also brought that to light, right?
Yes.
How people have died and didn't get a fighting chance.
Exactly.
Irene, talk about the bodybuilding, because I know you've been in some competitions and some fitness competitions, and what one of our viewers was actually asking, what got you into your fitness journey that you've been on?
Yeah, Christine Marie is asking that question.
Yeah, so my fitness journey, the fact that throughout my life, I've always had issues in terms of relationships or my family or anything that's ever come my way that I've struggled with. The gym was my
outlet.
It was the place. It was an outlet. It was a place for me to kind of get all of my stress out. And with that said, I knew that there had to be a correlation between fitness and mental, and me being able to feel good about the things that I'm doing, the choices that I'm making, and just to get stressed out in general. So the gym came in for me in that sense. At a very hard time of my life, I moved to New Jersey to be with my brother, and I lost everything. I dropped everything. I moved here to the East Coast. With that said, I found bodybuilding, and it gave me the strength to move forward and move past my past and to really just focus on myself and get to know me. And in bodybuilding, you really have to listen to your body and really, really love yourself enough to make sure that you can keep going with what you had set out. So I finally got my pro card last year after 4 years of on and off competing. And that was a huge journey for me. And mentally, it definitely challenged me. With that said, I was able to grow so strong in both physical and mental aspect, which is why I love fitness so much.
Yes, that's why I don't, because I am not mentally strong. I suck. No, I'm serious, Irene. I'm serious. I mean, I'm like one of those kids. I don't know what the hell happened to me. Come on, Scotty goes to the gym like very often.
You just need to give me 5 minutes of your time.
5 minutes to have you.
All right, we'll talk offline. But no, I'm serious. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know if I just put all my energy into. I used to put my energy into work like full time because it was such a demanding career. Yeah. And now I just kind of like pressed pause on life because it just got too overwhelming, and I had to like figure out what was important. And then COVID happens, and now the world is kind of pivoted, and we're all sort of in this very weird space of like trying to create normal patterns for ourselves. And that's very hard. I think a lot of people might sometimes even like be like, okay, I wake up in the morning and I just live for everybody except for me. You know, I'm always coaching, you know, waking up, got to get the kids out, got to get the breakfast on the table. Before you know it, got to do two.
So listen, you mentioned, you know, it's like you were thinking about what's important, right?
Yeah.
And it's about trying to figure out what is important.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something, and everybody else, the most important person right now is yourself, because without you, you can't give any to your kids. Without you, you can't
100%.
work. Without you, there's just nothing else around you.
Yeah, but motivation is a tough thing, Irene. What time am I waking up? At 4 o'clock in the morning to go take a walk in my neighborhood with a flashlight? Me by myself with a flashlight? Oh, shit.
So just remember,
I have to get up at 4 in the morning.
You get up at 4 too? Have you done that?
I get up at 4 or 5 in the morning so that I can literally make time for everything that I have to do throughout my day. It's about making sacrifices so that you can get the things done for yourself, and then you can give more to everybody else.
Yeah, I got you. See, Scotty, you got to get up at 4 in the morning.
I can't live if living is without you.
Sing it,
I can't give.
No, but I hear you, Irene. I hear you. And you know what? That's a lesson I would love for myself to I know this is like hypocrisy, but like, you know, Scotty and I both have girls. And so it's like, that's something I would like to teach my child. Put yourself first, because I think maybe it's also a cultural thing. Like I was brought up very old school, like you take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody gets served. Yes, exactly.
I was born to take care of a man, Susan.
Yes.
Irene, I'm available if you need someone to take care of.
Scotty's the only one that actually like appreciates women. He does. He cooks for his wife.
Love
he cleans. He does a lot of stuff. And Laura gets to sleep in, his wife.
And and you guys see what I do for my girlfriend. She loves it even more.
Scotty has a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah,
on his hands is exactly right.
Yeah. Irene, talk about the you got this podcast going on as well.
Yeah, I want to know about it.
Yeah, yes. Tell us about the podcast.
So I have a podcast. It's called I Love Me, I Love Me Not. And it talks about my journey to finding my self-love, which I am still on a journey. I always say we're always on a journey to finding self-love. It's a never-ending journey. And with that said, everybody gets to know me on a raw level. I feel like there's a lot of books out there. There's a lot of audios out there and podcasts that talk about experiences, but they never fully dive into what it is that they experience in their life.
Yeah, the dirty, get dirty.
Yes, I get really dirty.
Peel that onion back.
Exactly. So all my life, I've always thought about it this way. As a healer, that's what I consider myself. As a healer, I have to be able to learn how to heal myself. And for me to be able to do that, I have to put myself in hard situations. And I'm the type of girl where you tell me that's bad for you, I'll do it just so I could experience it for myself. Mm-hmm. And with that said, I've experienced a lot in my 34 years of living. And that's what my podcast is about. It's about the raw, the ugly, the truth of what you have to go through to really realize how much how much you need to focus on yourself as opposed to everybody else.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you also talking about relationships too? Because that's part of like experiencing like a full love, evolved yourself. Like I also think like, and forgive me for saying this, but sometimes I feel like millennials miss the boat in the sense that yes, you have to love yourself, but there's also a selfish, you have to almost be selfless.
Yes.
In order to move to that other dimension of true love, which is that bandwidth is like endless, like the ocean, as deep as the ocean. Like, and it's not only for your children, but it's for your husband, maybe sometimes not, or your partner, whatever it is, sometimes, I always like listen to my nieces and my nephews and I'm always like, okay, you love yourself. Now go find somebody else to love. Spread the love.
Yes.
Come on. We need the economy back. We need you guys buying houses, getting jobs. Come on.
Yes.
Suki, I would be a great guest on her show because every morning I'm on a journey for self-love, constantly finding it every single day.
That's great.
You're always, what's that song, Spank the Monkey?
No, that was the book, Spank the Monkey. Irene, there was a book about a monkey named Spank.
Okay.
And I want you to think we're being dirty. It's a book about a monkey named Spank.
Okay.
And every time they read the book, it was so Spank the monkey did this and Spank the monkey. It was just very funny.
It was funny.
I'm going to have to read this book for me to get the joke.
You're going to love it. You're going to give it as a holiday gift to a lot of your friends. It's pretty funny.
Irene, if you Google Reach Around Production.
We're not making it up.
Okay. I'm not making this up. And there's a couple of books that are the same thing. It was Sheila Shaved Her Beaver.
Oh, wow.
There's a woman with a beaver on. And it's
just to read these books.
Yeah.
Very deep.
Yeah. So, Suki, going back to what you mentioned about loving yourself and also it being selfless, that's definitely something that I'm also going to be mentioning in my podcast. And that is a really good point. As you start to love yourself, the entire idea of you loving yourself is so that you could give pure love to other people. Yeah. And you could give unbiased love to other people. When you're tainted or if you go through a certain experience and you don't have a lot of self-love, it's almost like you don't give 100% of yourself to someone because you don't have 100% to give. So once you get to that power of self-love, now you're able to give so much love to your kids, so much love and so much advice that's unbiased to everybody else around you.
I hear you.
And that's the whole goal is to get to that point where you can share that love.
Yeah, that is the whole goal. But I just almost want to say like you have to dip your toe in it and just experience it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And love comes with a lot of, you got to put yourself out there. And sometimes it hurts really a lot. It cuts you like deep. But then you have to be that resilient person to be like, all right, there's an ass for every seed out there. So I'm going to find that seat that fits my ass.
Yes, you got to listen to my podcast, Suki. I definitely have gotten stabbed a few times.
That could be the name of our next show. There's an ass for
every seat.
I love it.
I like that. Irene, tell us where we can find this movie again coming out. I want you to tell everybody because
I want to see that movie. It sounds
our viewers are loving it.
Yes, so it will be playing at the LIIFE, the Long Island International Film Export. So it's LIIFE. It's like a tongue twister. But on October 7th, it's going to be playing online. So you guys can go on my Facebook or go on their website to buy tickets or on my Instagram. I'll be posting it on there.
I was gonna say it's on the Instagram too. I saw a couple of things.
Yeah, so it's on their Instagram. You just have to buy the tickets there and then you'll be able to live stream it in your home.
I like that.
So if you do end up missing that one, it's also going to be playing at the NYLIFF in November.
On your podcast, Irene?
And my podcast can be found on every platform. It's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, and it is called I Love Me, I Love Me Not.
I like that. I like that title a lot.
Irene.
I love it, Irene. Oh, by the way, Irene, Christine Marie wanted to say, do you recommend any books? I was going to ask you that question. Thank you, Christine.
Yes. So there's right now I'm on a journey of it's called The Magic. If anybody's ever seen The Secret,
Yes.
Rhonda Byrne, it's called The Magic. So it's a 28-day journey for gratitude. I'll just give you an example. Every day I write 10 things that I'm grateful for, whether it's my hair tie or my mother. So it's from one end of the spectrum, but it gives you homeworks to do every day so that you could build gratefulness in your life and thankfulness in your life so that you can attract more from the universe. That is one book. And also How to Be a Badass is a really good book as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
like How to Be a Badass. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So you read How to Be a Badass?
Come on, Scott.
From one badass to another, I got to hear. I got to preach. Somebody's got to preach. I really do think it is about gratitude, because in a world that's so, we have a lot. We have a lot of blessings, and we just kind of have to look around. There are a lot of people that have it a lot worse than we do. But you know what? Nothing is ever definitive. We can always pull ourselves up, and there are people who are there to help, like Irene.
Yes,
exactly.
Irene, you're a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. You guys are amazing.
Very interesting to listen to. Very interesting. Thank you, Irene.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Irene.
We'll think of you when the alarm clock goes off at 4.
Yes, please do.
Scott's prostate makes him pee at 4 a.m. So
remember my voice. You can do it, Suki. Come on, Scott.
I'll be finding love at around 4 a.m. when you get up. Take care, Irene.
Thank you, guys.
Beautiful Irene. She was really lovely.
Wonderful girl.
What a great story, and what a great! I love the trailer. I love that. I feel
great story. She's motivational. She's a gorgeous girl. She's got it all going on, Suki. What more could you ask? Power of positivity. Suki,
inspiring.
There's an article here I was looking at today from the Post, and the headline is Pope Francis says sex and eating are divine pleasures sent by God.
Can you do them together?
It doesn't say whether or not you can do them together, but the quote is, pleasure arrives directly from God. It's neither Catholic nor Christian or anything else. It is simply divine.
Yes.
So food and sex, it crosses over any religion, race. It's just good stuff. Food and sex, not necessarily in that order.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to agree.
Sometimes I feel like there's a symphony going on inside of me, like your body just erupts in happiness.
Really? A symphony, huh? When does the symphony hit? Where's Eric when the symphony's going on? What kind of scuba gear is he wearing while you're hearing this?
Rory says strawberries and whipped cream. Have you ever tried that? Have you done that? Have you fed strawberries and dipped it in whipped cream for Lara?
No, I eat them off her butt every Wednesday. We watched the movie 9.5 weeks.
Oh, that's like old. That's like old, but it's still very sexy.
When they're laying outside the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that by myself, and I just open the door, I lay on the floor, and I just grab stuff.
Alone in my house in the dark.
I love it. We have a movie star coming up in just a couple minutes, Patty Ann Miller.
Patty Ann Miller.
Yes, Patty Ann Miller. She is a young lady who is literally taking the world by storm. She's an actress. She plays the drums like nobody's business. I got to show you this. She played the drums at the halftime show when Beyonce performed.
Yeah.
She is unbelievable. Check this out real quick.
I sat behind the drums at 10 years old, I didn't have to think about it. I just played. And here I am now, traveling the world, doing what I love. it's rhythm, you know. So I was always dancing as, like, you could probably say at 2 years old, always like dancing, and you know, because I'm an 80s baby, so you know, you just see like pop locking. So rhythm is in me. When I'm on the drums, I'm dancing. I'm usually dancing on drums too. So it all goes together, you know. So I love that. It's everything's within me and it comes right out.
Mesmerizing. I just love when people hit like they mean it. Like, you know, when a drummer
Man,
like,
how good is she? You know what? I'm so jealous. I was only able to play the air drums. You know, like from
have such rhythm. Drummers, I mean, like their feet keep a certain beat. I mean, everything is like, it's amazing.
Yeah, like the only one, if I ever want to keep myself awake in the car if I'm driving or whatever, I got to put on, you know, Rush, Tom Sawyer, and I'm like, but let's bring in Patty Ann Miller, shall we? Here she is. Patty, what's happening?
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Listen, we were watching you do that at halftime. That everybody was like, "Whoa, who is this?" It was like, "Whoa, mind blowing!" First of all, mesmerizing. Second of all, and then everybody started Googling you, like, "Who the heck was that?" Serious. I mean, serious. It was just a moment. And then for me, the only other percussionist I knew growing up was Sheila E. You know, what I mean? There was only one front woman that was doing that thing. And then we saw you, and that was fantastic.
Well, thank you so much.
Patty Ann, you, if I'm not mistaken, you said you were inspired by Sheila E., right?
Yes, that's the only female drummer that I knew, you know, growing up. And so, you know, the journey, it has been amazing.
Oh, I love it. What was Sheila E.'s "We All Need a Man"?
The Glamorous Life.
That one right there. Yes.
We all need. We all need, right?
Yeah. I mean, and she brought that like whole Latin, like Tito Puente kind of stuff, like percussion into the world, like, you know, amazing stuff. Listen, you and yourself are an authority. You went to Berklee School of Music. I mean, like, come on. That is only the best of the best musicians in this country.
Yeah, that was a blessing. That whole thing has a whole backstory to it, how I actually went there. So
really? Is it a good backstory?
Full scholarship, Suki. Full scholarship.
Yeah, tuition scholarship. Yeah.
All right.
It was crazy because I was working at Guitar Center, and this sergeant guy came in, and I was fooling around with the drums because there weren't anybody inside the shop.
Yeah.
So and he approached me and he said, you're really, really good. And I said, thank you. He was like, what are you doing with your life? I was like,
I'm working at Guitar Center. Don't you see what I'm doing? Then good things right now.
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, do you want to go to school for music? And I was like, oh, because I wanted to do business, actually. I wanted to do entertainment business. That's what I wanted to go to school for. And I was like, I don't know. So we talked and it was cool. He called my job the next day.
Wow.
He called my job the next day and he said, I feel like God wants me to put you on the right path.
Wow.
And he caught my attention because I've been praying for direction.
Wow.
So he basically said, look, Berklee College of Music, they're having auditions for scholarship. And I feel like this will be a great opportunity for you. So he was like, just give me information.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I did it. And, 3 weeks later, I ended up getting an email saying I was granted a full-time.
Yeah. Like how many women are doing that? Your musical intellect obviously like shined through in 2 seconds. And, I can't only imagine what that was.
Yeah.
I mean, realistic. What is that movie? Remember when she was trying to get into the 80s movie?
Fame.
Yeah, Fame.
Oh, that's a throwback.
I'm gonna live forever.
I am a throwback, Patty. I don't know if you know that. I am a Wade. My life is a throwback. All right.
Dude, Fame was remade in the early, not.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same. I mean, it was like it wasn't the same.
No, it wasn't the same. You didn't have Irene Cara, that whole deal.
Yeah.
But that was like the New York School of the Arts, I think.
New York School of Arts. I mean, it's one of the best high schools for music and arts and dance and everything like that.
Patty, you started playing drums when you were 10 in church. What got you into that?
Not in church, but I started in 5th grade. It's very interesting because I feel like drums chose me.
Wow.
When I sat behind the kit, just like I said in the video, when I sat behind the drum kit, I didn't have to think about it. I just played. So that's when you know something's innate. That's a gift. When something's natural to you, that's a gift.
Listen, drummers are all, I mean, like your legs are moving at a different speed. Your hands are, I mean, it's, you can't keep up with the tempo of the drummer.
There's a lot going on. You need coordination for sure.
You definitely do.
Sook, you know how we could all play the drums in the air. Have you ever sat behind an actual drum kit and tried to play? It's unbelievably hard if you have no idea what you're doing. Yeah. And drummers like Patty, and they make it seem like it's just
effortless, yeah.
And it's just wild.
I appreciate it.
My brother was a big fan of Rush and Neil Peart, so all I would hear, dun, 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 and then I had a roommate in college, and he'd have sex to that moment. I'm like, here's the crescendo, ladies and gentlemen. Here it
goes. Yes, absolutely.
I swear to God, I was like, and it's over. You all go to bed now.
He looks like Tom Hanks. I mean, God rest his soul, but he reminds me of Tom Hanks. He
does, right? Yeah, I saw a documentary on Rush, and he was talking. Who knew that all these guys were such intellects? But most musicians are such intellectuals in their own right, you know?
Yeah. Patty, and let's talk about the big movie, man. This is unbelievable. Bill and Ted Face the Music, right? It's the follow-up to, was this the third or the second installment?
Third,
right? And you play, is this the character right here?
Yeah, that's it right there.
You play Grom in this movie. Look at you, man. You look like a little badassery right there.
Badassery. Did you just make up a word? Badassery.
Yeah, I think I just made that up. What was you? KEANU Reeves. Who's the other guy? Alex Winter, right?
Yeah.
What was it like hanging out with these guys?
That was everything. The bar has been set high. Everybody from the cast, the producers, the director, everybody was amazing. Like KEANU, he's so grounded. He's so cool. He's laid back. There's nothing I can say bad about KEANU at all.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
A lot of people say for a guy who grew up in Hollywood, he's probably one of the most down-to-earth, like kind of people that we'll ever meet. Like he's a regular dude, which I always find that to be like kind of like an oxymoron in Hollywood because, we've interviewed so many people and you're like, well, who are you? I don't even know who the hell you are. And you know what? And it's like literally the people who are the most famous are the ones that walk in by themselves, do their thing, and then leave the room. And you're like, the humility in that experience makes you love them just a little bit more. Whereas like some of the youngins, they're like, I got a keeper, I got a press person, I got an Instagram person following me.
They're a little extra for no reason. Yeah.
A little extra. I like being extra. Trust me, I like extra.
Yeah, a little extra. And Patty, were you nervous at all being around those guys and doing some scenes with them?
No, I wasn't nervous. I was just very observant. It was just my first time being on, a set. I'm watching how everything works. It was just great. I wasn't nervous at all. I felt like this is something I want to do more. Like I want to do more of this. When's the next role? Like that's
I love it.
I'm kind of like fast forward. Like
I love when the antennas kind of perk up and it's like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to go in that direction now.
Not only do you play the drums, but you were also on So You Think You Could Dance?
Yeah.
That's you right there.
That was
I would have pulled out a clip, but every time I pull out a clip from NBC or Fox, we get the show just explodes.
I understand. Yeah, that was a great experience. Like that happened in 2011, and I was a featured contestant. Nigel loved me.
You did. I watched it. They loved you.
Yeah, I went to Vegas. That's the furthest I made, but it was like the first time I felt like I was like accepted to be me. Like there were so many people that reached out to me, like fans and beautiful messages, and they're just like, I just love your energy. I just love you. And I'm like, okay, it's cool to be me. So that was like the best part of it.
And you know what? That's the coolest thing like a kid needs to hear growing up, that it's all right just being who you are. There's something special about just that space that you inhabit, that you don't need to inhabit any other space. Your lane is the lane you're chosen to walk,
So Patty, if someone gave you a choice and they said, listen, we are going to make you the best drummer for this band, for whatever band, you're going to be a famous drummer, you're going to be a famous actress. Which way you going? You can only choose one. Which way you going?
That's tough.
Oh, God. Oh, that's tough.
It's like the right hand or the left hand,
Yeah. Which way you going? You could be a famous drummer or front and center famous actress. Which one's it going to be?
Oh, couldn't I just like be an actress and play drums?
I was going to say find a role that does both, right?
Didn't I say pick one, Patty?
Combine the two. I want to do whatever my heart desires, Like,
yeah, I hear you. Listen, it's hypothetical, so it doesn't matter what you say. We're not going to hold you to it.
I want to keep going down my journey, and whatever I'm meant to do, I'm going to do it.
Listen, how do you keep it such an open-ended kind of thing? Like, I don't know. What is it that grounds you? Is it like, I feel like we were raised at a time where everything was so structured, right? Either you do this, you do that. You were creative. I mean, we all chose creative industries to kind of pursue, but even in the creativity process, there were always linear lines or silos that we sort of fell into. So I'm curious how you keep that lane so wide open and say, wherever it goes, it goes.
I have great parents.
Yeah.
They just told me to
there you go.
Follow your heart. Do what you love.
Oh, see, my parents told me just get the hell out of the house and make sure you make some money and can support yourself.
Yeah.
I've been following my heart. I feel like that's what's leading me down this journey. Everything I'm doing is something that I love, And
Patty, I'm listening. I'm listening to your voice.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're also an excellent singer.
I get that a lot.
Do you ever sing?
I fool around in the shower.
In the shower?
Shower, yeah.
What's your go-to tune in the shower? What's the go-to?
You know what? I make up my own things in the shower.
Okay.
I hum and do whatever and
trying to get out of this, aren't you, Patty? I see what you do.
An exact song that I sing in the shower, but I'm always in the house humming or doing something or doing a run.
If I said to you, Patty, I'm going to let you be both a drummer and an actress. I'm going to let you be a famous actress and a famous drummer, but you have to sing for me 15 seconds of your favorite song. Which song would it be? I'm giving you both dreams here, Patty. I'm letting it all happen for you.
Is it door number one?
I like, is it called Stand by Cynthia?
Stand by Cynthia.
I believe it's Stand. Probably not going to know that. She's an actress.
Yeah.
I just want to hear your singing voice. I don't even care what it is.
Oh, you want me to sing right now?
Yeah.
Oh, no. We're not.
You're nervous? You're just in a movie. You were on tour with CeeLo, halftime show, and you're nervous to sing for us?
No, I'm not really a singer.
All right. Neither are we, and we sing all the time.
All the time. Listen.
In the beginning.
Okay, so I absolutely love CeeLo. He's just that funk that I love. Like, yes. And just seeing him live and the way he connects to the audience is just incredible. I saw CeeLo and Lionel Richie. What a show was that?
Then I was there.
Oh, really?
He played with CeeLo, yeah.
Oh.
He's had, many bands, but we opened up for Lionel Richie, so I was there.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That was a great show. I was like in the front row. I was like, oh my God, look at him. He's so sexy. He's moving his. Oh.
Did you notice the drummer?
You know what? I was so fascinated by CeeLo. He is very captivating, and that was the first time I knew his music, but I never saw him on stage.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, what a show! CeeLo and Lionel Richie. That's a win and a win and a win. Let's go, honey. So we took off and we did it. I didn't know you were there. That's awesome. And let me ask you a question. What's it like to work with Beyonce? I mean, that's kind of like the queen of everything right now.
That was a great experience. I mean, she's a hard worker. And let me tell you something. She controls everything.
The creative, everything.
Goals to just everything. Like, I was like, wow, she's a boss.
Yeah. How does she do all of that? Like, able to wear all those different hats and be a mother and, and be like, I don't know how you do all that.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like, it was a great experience. Like, I respect her.
Yeah.
You know what's wild, or not really wild, but my sister's ex-husband, my ex-brother-in-law, is the executive producer of the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't even know if you ever get to meet any of those people. You guys just go do your thing.
Yeah.
You don't even keep, right? You guys go on stage, you rehearse, you're out, and then it's over.
That's
right?
it.
It's like Scotty, when you dip your stick in, you're in, you're out. I know
you're out. It doesn't even matter. Patty, now where do you live? Are you on the West Coast or the East Coast?
West Coast.
Yes.
I am from Connecticut, though. So.
You are?
Yeah. I'm from Connecticut.
Where? What city do you hail from? Manchester.
That's up there, a little closer to Boston.
Yeah, closer to Boston, exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say Manchester, Connecticut. All right.
And you actually, another thing I read about you actually, when you were younger, you interned at Sony Music in Beverly Hills, right?
Yeah. After I graduated from Berkeley, we had to do an internship. So I got the internship in Sony.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah,
that's great.
Cool.
Listen, you never want to come back to the East Coast, right? You got a taste of the West Coast, and you're like, forget this. I don't ever want to come back to the cold weather. It's a different life, right? It's a different life.
I love it out here in LA. I do not miss the cold. I don't miss sliding down ice or taking snow off the car. Like, I don't miss any of that.
Does that mean you're a Patriots fan?
I'm not a fan. I'm not really a big sports fan.
Are you okay? I was gonna say, are you UConn fan? Are you?
She can't sing either. I heard she doesn't even have a good voice. from what I understand, so one of her friends just texted me. Patty, I got to assume now with the movie and everything, you probably got this Hollywood agent, right, looking out for new gigs for you. So is there anything already in the works?
You know what's crazy? That gig that I got was someone, a casting agency from New Orleans reached out to me on Instagram.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. They were looking for female drummers. She told me the whole thing, and I was like, okay, this is mine. I knew it was mine because it's been on my vision board. I knew this was mine. So that's how that gig came about. So right now I'm in the looks for a manager that can, navigate me on that side of the world.
Why don't you call up Beyonce? Yo, B, what's up? Yo, tell Jay something,
Worlds, two different worlds.
You're right.
You know what, Patty? I have a vision board too, except it's a blurry vision board, and none of the things on my vision board ever.
Yeah, my vision board got lost in 2020. I mean, I don't know where the hell it is. It's just, it's out. It's out. It's out.
Write down things as if.
Good idea. I've been thinking about doing it, but I feel like 2020 is such a wash right now. Like,
it's not a wash. I think everything happens for a reason. It's out of our control. You adapt accordingly. Just accept the things that you can accept. And just do what you can.
Yeah,
and that's it.
True.
Sheila, that song came out. I was in college in the mid '80s.
She wears the fur coat.
DJing on the radio, and Sheila, I was like, "Oh, this chick is so hot, playing the drum." Sheila E.
Great.
That was produced by Prince, wasn't it? Sheila E. and Prince. Didn't Prince?
Yeah, and because they had that Prince tribute I think last summer maybe. And
she came on our show and she talked about the book and how Prince and her were, they were tight as thick as thieves,
Yeah, we had Prince's wife on also.
Yeah.
Wife.
Maite.
Yeah, Maite. Patty, listen, everything's going great. Young, you got your whole life ahead of you. You just keep going, and you're gonna, you'll do exactly what you want to do.
I appreciate that.
Listen, you're loved. You know what? And you know what I know about this is that your parents already pay the foundation inside of you. So whatever happens, you're good. You're solid.
Yeah,
you're just going to shine that light everywhere else. And you know what? You're going to spread that magic to everybody. You're going to sprinkle it all around. And for the rest of like my kids and all that, it's going to be great for them to live in another version of what this world is going to be. I'm serious.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Patty, thanks you for coming on. Well, listen, next movie you'll come on again, all right?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so
Patty,
much.
We love you, Patty and Miller.
Patty, good luck, sweetie. Have fun.
Take care.
She's great. What wonderful energy. Listen, we were this close to Beyonce. You know that?
I know, Sook. We'll never get close to Beyonce like that.
This close to like
couldn't you work
this close to Lionel Richie. These are all the people that we wanted to get on the show when we first started. We're like, let's put some feel in it.
I'm still working David Osmond for Donnie and Marie.
That'd be incredible. Let's do this. Patty, lovely. Awesome.
Everybody liked that interview. She was great. Both girls tonight. Very good.
I know. The first time in history we had like first name, middle name.
Both guests.
Both guests.
Yeah. The only thing we were missing, Lee Harvey Oswald. The only person we were missing.
Have to say pass on that.
In the 3-name category. Wait. All right, hold on. Before we wrap up, let's go back to our pregnancy Q&A.
Okay, I love the pregnancy Q&A.
This is funny. Hold on. It's funny. I make it bigger. You can't even see it.
When is the best time to get an epidural? Right after you find out you're pregnant.
You're pregnant. My childbirth instructor says it's not pain. I'll feel. It's not pain I'll feel during labor, but pressure. Is she right? Yes. In the same way, a tornado might be called an air current.
So
true. Is there any reason I have to be in the delivery room while my wife is in labor? Not unless the word alimony means anything to you. Is there anything I should avoid while recovering from childbirth? Yes, pregnancy. Last two. Do I have to have a baby shower? Not if you change the baby's diaper very quickly. And then here, our baby was born last week. When will my wife begin to feel and act normal again when the kids are in college?
And that does it for tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen.
For the week, Sook. It's over.
Listen, I kind of needed to be, this was a hectic week for the family here. Got the 2 kids off to school. Eric thinks I'm cleaning the house. Yesterday I go like this to him. I said, I think I left the bag at the grocery store. I know I bought bananas.
Okay, when that happens.
I was like, I know I bought bananas. I know I bought a couple of things. I said, and where's the salad? Is it with the bag of bananas? He's like, what's wrong with you? He goes, you're moving too fast. And then all of a sudden today he goes downstairs into the garage. What did he find? The bananas, everything. He found it in a bag.
Baby. Sook, you know who I'm trying to get on the show for next week?
Who?
There he is, Mr. Dish Clanker back there. I'm working on Morgan Fairchild.
Oh wow, remember Morgan Fairchild?
I'm also working on Danny Bonaducci.
Morgan Child.
Remember Danny Bonaducci from the Partridge?
Yeah.
Working on Danny and a couple of others. It's funny. Morgan Fairchild doesn't understand that on the messages on Twitter, when someone reads your message, the blue check mark comes up.
Yeah.
So I wrote her. She followed me. I wrote her. She looks at the blue check mark comes up. She doesn't answer. I said, does this mean you're coming on? She looks at it, doesn't answer. I wrote, yes, question mark. Looked at it, didn't answer. I don't think she knows that I can see when she reads it. I don't want her to think I'm a stalker. But I'm gonna get her on. It'll be fun. Listen, folks, great show tonight.
Somebody's like David Higgins. Who's David Higgins?
Oh, David Higgins is the piano player that I've had on twice already over the
summer. Jane Millen wants him back.
He is Suk. He's dynamite. The guy is pure dynamite. Great entertainer. And his setup sounds amazing. He's such a good singer, good-looking guy.
And Matt Williams.
Who's Matt Williams?
Say, look him up. Apparently, he's really good, a musician too. Matt Williams.
And listen, if everybody could, share the show, tell your friends about the show. We're at almost 29,000 followers, almost 19,000 likes, Suk. But listen,
we need your help, everybody.
If we need help, like everything else. If you guys could tell your friends and everybody hits the little share button on the bottom,
that does a lot for us.
We'll keep rolling along, and that's it. Is there one song you'd like to dabble in before we go?
You can make the sunrise.
You can make the sunrise. Sprinkle it with dew. Cover it with chocolate and a miracle or two. The Candyman can. You missed Tommy Davidson on.
And he mixes it with love
and makes the world taste good. Tommy Davidson did his what's his name?
Impression of Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis. He sang. He was so good. Bakes. Satisfying and delicious. Talk
you could eat your childhood wishes. You could even eat the dishes.
Oh, what movie was that in, Sue? Quickly, what movie?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Close.
Willy Wonka.
Nicely done. Remember Gene Wilder? Come with me, and you'll be in a world of your imagination. What a great movie.
Johnny Depp singing that song.
What's that?
Johnny Depp's version.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie. I want an Oompa Loompa now, Daddy. So great. All right, Suk, listen, if the world is still here on Tuesday, we'll be back.
We'll be back, and so will Louise Morelli Lupo, Laurie Ernst, Cherry Hetrick, Irene Fitzhugh, Yvonne Burns, Joyce Manis, and Judy Parsons.
And listen, folks, if you know people you want us to feature, because I remember it was one of our viewers. Who's the woman with all the names?
Louise Morelli Lupo.
No, the 5 names.
Donna Fraschetto.
No, 5 names. Borghese.
Donna Borghese Basile.
Oh, yes. Paula was the one who introduced us to Phil.
Oh, that's right. Paula.
If you guys want to direct message us with people that you know that we can introduce to the rest of the world that are
DM us. Yeah.
Just DM us and we'll look them up and put them on. But anyway, Suk, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk. We'll kibitz. We'll have a meal. I'll see you. We'll kibitz. You're a mensch. Let's go watch a little football.
Yeah, let's do that.
Good night, sweetheart. It's